Hey YouTube video. Oh my goodness, my YouTube channel. This is a new setting and I am at work right now. I actually wanted to do this video right now because it's been on my mind and it was something that I was like, I have to do it. I'm gonna just do it right now. I get so busy after work that sometimes I just don't even record, but I was like, you know what, I'm gonna do it at work. Get the little backdrop over here. And yeah, so this quick episode is actually going to be about how long do you wait for a response from businesses. I want to know, like, if it's just me, am I just bugging? Yeah, because it's a lot to talk about, but let's get started. This is All the Info with AKA. Hey you guys. Okay, so with this video I just had to, like I said, kind of just talk about some things because it was something that's been like, what, for a while. Like I can't be the only one bugging, so I had to come and do a video real quick. This video honestly is just about the different businesses that I would contact for certain things, whether it's my YouTube videos, whether it was things that I needed done in the past. And first of all, it would take more than 24 hours. It would take honestly more than like 48, 72 hours. Like, it would be a while before I heard back, which is why I always recommend writing multiple people anyways, because you want multiple pricings, multiple quotes, but you also, just in case one doesn't write back, you have other options. Like I say that with dating, you know, in case one want to act like, you know, he's too good or he can't do something, guess what you can't do, another man will do, boo. Okay, so I the same rules apply. And I can't remember what it was for, but I remember a business, I wrote her, I don't remember what it was for, but I had wrote her earlier, I think in the year, probably either before summer or right after it. So I had wrote her and it was just 2 weeks. So I done found me somebody else because I wrote multiple people, different quotes, went with the one that was in my budget and who was great. And again, not sure what it was for, but I, you know, wrote her, and then 2 weeks later she responds. She was like, hey, I was on vacation, so sorry. Cool, that's good. You know what I mean? Like, sorry you was on vacation, you lost out on a great opportunity and stuff like that. But you know, you was on vacation, that's great. I feel like when you're on vacation, some people use, especially when you're gone for so long, you usually will still respond to messages after a while. Like, even like celebs who goes on vacation, guess what, you still see them on their phone because they're like, that's millions of dollars I will not be losing. So I feel like when you're on a vacation for a very long time, for 2 weeks, 3 weeks and stuff like that, you should respond to something stating like, hey, I'm on vacation, saw your message though, let me try to get back to you within a few hours, or whatever the case is. Like, hey, so I just did a quick thing, I can or cannot do this, I can for this price, this is what I do, won't be able to get back to you too much until, you know, later on. I feel like that's just what you should do. I feel like, especially if you're trying to just create that money going, that's why these celebrities, they be on vacation making money, because some of them, they'll be like, if it's for like a few days to a week, they try not to be on their phone. Some of them still do, but some does say that they make it a thing where after a certain amount of time they are not on their phone. So they do make sure that that's very strict, where it's like, I'm not on my phone, I'm doing a long vacation for a reason. So for me, I feel like that's something that should just be, but each to its own. So she wrote me and was like, hey, so you know, sorry I was on vacation. I was like, no, that you're good and stuff like that. Like, enjoy your vacation, boo. Like, you know, you make your money, get that vacation. And she followed me. So she was writing me, asking what I needed and stuff and all of that. And she was like, okay, well, this is the quote based off what you wrote, based off. And I was like, oh, thanks so much for, you know, responding at least. But, you know, I no longer need your services. I actually did find somebody else. I guess she was that upset and she unfollowed me.
What?
And it was like, she said, okay, that's awesome. That's great. Good luck. And she just unfollowed me. I was like, the pettiness was real, okay? But I mean, it's not my fault. You can't get mad at me where I wrote you 2 weeks ago. If you're on vacation, you know you're on a long vacation. You need to make it a thing where it's like, okay, I'm on a long vacation, but at some point during this vacation, because I'm a businesswoman and I need to create my money and keep going, I need to sit there and respond. So you don't gotta do it all, you know, the entire 2 weeks. Like, hell no. But for quick, like, okay, it's the weekend. Let me check quickly on, you know, this Sunday. Let me just check. Oh, I got these messages. What's really important that's needed now, where I could give them a quote, or I can sit there and answer this really quickly. This is needed. Cool. 1, 2, 3. Bam. So for me, I think that stuff like that is important. But I've always had where people wouldn't respond within like 3 days. Weird to me. Each to its own though. So, but each to its own, you know what I mean? I feel like at the end of the day, if that's what you want to do, that's how you are, great for you, you know, wonderful. You can't really see it, but the sunset looks really great. But yeah, so this is, if you guys cannot tell, this is like a real life type of video vlog where you just see me in my little work habitat. But yeah, so for me, you know, and I even did a post, I did a Facebook post where I said, how long do you guys wait for businesses to respond? Like, do you wait an entire 3 days? Do you wait a week? Like, I'm a person that's like, okay, well, you know, I usually give people a good week, right? So if it's like I haven't heard from some people, I just give them a week. Like, especially if I wrote a few people, I'm like, people are busy, there's so many things going on, people have lives outside their business. So I do wait, especially when it's, you know, the weekends I don't even count as businesses, because I'm like, a lot of times they're closed. But I'm like, you can't be mad at me if I found someone else who did something you couldn't do. So if I found someone who was like, yeah, I'm really busy, but I did see this and stuff like that, I'm gonna get back to you in 2-3 hours, or I may get back to you tomorrow, but this is based off what I read, what you sent me, this is the quote, this is what I do, this is awesome. If I decide to go with that person because I know that they're a person who communicates, I know that they're gonna be there and stuff like that, when within a good time frame, you can't be mad that I went with that person and not with somebody who waits 2 weeks, 3 weeks. Like, and there were some people who agreed and some people who didn't. Some people, you know, said, oh yeah, no, I don't wait. Like, if I rate you, guess what? I wrote 10 other businesses. So you're not that special where it's like, oh, okay, I'll wait forever, I'll wait 2 weeks, I'll wait 3 weeks. Like, no. And then there were some people who was like, that's very selfish. Like, I don't want to do business with you if you're like that anyways, because that just don't make any sense. And I'm like, that's how you feel, kudos to you, you know what I mean? I can't be mad at you for that. But that's just how I feel. And again, that's how I am with guys, you know, when I'm dating and I'm going on dates, I'm like, I need a specific person in my life. You can either do it and be that person, or you can't. You're not the only fish in the sea, I can promise you that. And I'm like, you can either be a communicative person or don't be a communicative person, but then you're not for me, and that's okay. Like, it's not detrimental to my life, and I'm okay, and I'll be okay. And I feel like that's where that confusion comes in, where it's like, oh well, you know, this and this and this and that, and oh, you know, it's crazy and stuff to think that way. And it's like, no, because guess what? If my friends can find men that communicates with them, that can find people that they're with that communicates with them, if I could see people like that really in the world, then why is that crazy to think that I could get that? Like, one of my friends, she told me she's just like me, and hey Mimi, hey girl, and she said with her girlfriend, they're now living together, she said she don't play that game. And me and her, we agree. We're like, we know what we want. We stated what we want on our profiles. I don't use dating apps, but she was using them. And she said, I put it very frank, this is what I want. I need you to be able to do this. I need you to have your own, because I have my own. I need this and this. And she said there were some women who were hitting her up, and she was like, but if she has to wait 24 hours to hit you up, she said she's busy. She said she is busy. She's a busy person. And if she can sit there and find time, whether on her lunch break, whether while she's on the way home, if she can find time to write you, you can find the time to write her, okay? And I'm like, thank you. It's just simple. It's courtesy. It's simple courtesy. It's respect. And I feel that some people don't get that. It's like, oh, whoa, what? You know, it's like, why you want too much? And it's like, no, you do too little, boo. But yeah, so some stuff like that is just, it's so weird to me. And yes, I just definitely wanted to kind of just hop on here and talk about that. I don't know if that's something that you guys also deal with this, like, this person takes forever. I actually know someone where I did talk to someone where she said her boyfriend, I don't know if they're still together, I stopped talking to her because I'm like, that type of mojo I don't want in my life. But she said at the time he wouldn't respond back to her for like a whole day. Like, they could have been talking and then he just stops responding, and then he probably won't respond to a day and a half later. I'm like, boo, first of all, when he responded, I would have been like, oh, I am single, thank you very much. But she's that person who needs a man. She's very clingy and she needs a man, or she doesn't feel satisfied in her life. And then when I would ask her and stuff, and even some other people would ask her, like, that is insane. She was like, oh, well, he did that, you know, when we first started. I was like, first of all, that was already a red flag, because look, he's continuing it, right? I pay attention to red flags. So if you're like that, and I know I'm not that person, I can't be with somebody like that. So if you're like that, goodbye. That's already a red flag. Like, if it's all, you know, I give it a good like two chances, you know, where it's like people could become busy, people forget. Sometimes I forget. I'm like, yo, I don't usually do this. This is my phone number, this is my, you know, my socials. I respond more through this than I do through, you know, through something else. So I'll give people that information. As you can see, my nails are gone, but I'll give people that information where I know I will respond back to. But if it's gonna be something where you always do this, I already matched with you. I already done moved on from you. So the fact that, you know, some women just want a man to have to cuddle, to sit there and say, oh, well, at least I have a man. Or at least, you know, I have somebody to talk to at night, and when something's going on. I'm like, but I mean, whose sanity are you saving? It ain't yours, because he don't write you back. It's to basically 2 days later, you're unhappy. You're not genuinely like legit happy, where you're like, I literally just like this person. I'm like, you seem miserable. You keep talking about the same miserable stuff, but you just keep, why is it that you made 4 years, but yet you're still sitting here talking about the same miserable things that this person do? It shows that you're miserable in your life, first of all, because you don't know how to be without a man if you're going to continuously complain. So I know people like that. I have friends like that, and it's sad. And it's like, that's why for me, I date until I find who I want to find, and until I find, you know, it don't need to be the one in a sense of marriage wise, but till I find the one I actually want to be dating, because I'm not going to waste my time. You know what I mean? I'm not 15 years old. I just date to feel each other's auras, and, you know, because I just want to be near a man. No, boo. I'm dating for a purpose. So we could be different, so opposites attract, but you have to have something similar. So we could be different in personalities, but we have to be the same in adversities and in what we want. You know, we have to be going down the same path, the same route. Different personalities is fine, and different things and you know, attributes is, you know, fine. But if overall we want different things out of life, then where are we going? Do you see what I'm saying? There's no need for it. It's like, what's the point? So you know, when people wait forever for a response, for me, that's a red flag automatically. That's, especially in dating, I'm like, no, because something really real could be going on, and then I'm gonna be sitting here waiting 2 days. Like, imagine that. Like, just going like, yeah, writing my man about something. It's like, oh, well, he don't respond until 2 days later, so I won't hear a response no time soon. I'm sorry, what? I hope you don't get married, because he won't be coming home until 2 days later. But some people just like to ignore things and like to ignore red flags, and that's up to you. But I have common sense. But yes, that is it for my rant on how long do you wait. I do not wait long, because it just doesn't, when there's other businesses and other men in this world, I don't need to wait forever for you. That's not what I'm gonna do. It doesn't make sense, and somebody else could use my money, and someone else could use my love and my passion and my creativity and everything I bring to the table. So If you don't want it, somebody else does, and that's just how I feel. But thank you for attending my TED Talk at work. And I will see you guys in the next video of All the Info with AKA. And I hope you guys are enjoying my new segment, my talk show, Let's Get Comfortable. Please comment down below on what you like, and if there's any topics you want to see me talk about in my talk show, and comment down below about how long it takes for you to wait. Do you wait long? Do you not wait long? Do you not really care? As long as you hear a response, let me know down below. And let me know if there's any stories where people did what basically this business did, which was follow me until I told her I found somebody else and then she unfollowed me. Let me know any of your crazy stories. And yeah, I will see you guys on the next episode.